So, how are you doing today, Morgan?
Excited to go balls deep.
Good, I'm gonna leave that in.
No!
Hi there, everyone. I'm in Seattle, Washington with my good friend MorganPaigeLoves. And we're here to tell you a sad story about our day yesterday in Seattle.
You think it's a sad story. Everyone else thinks it's a funny story.
It's sad for me, okay?
Because you were targeted by a child to be bullied.
I've been bullied recently, and it's not fun, okay?
Like a 7-year-old.
He was a vicious 7-year-old, okay? I've never had it that hard before.
His voice was so high-pitched.
He's not gonna hit people for another like 10 years.
No, probably not.
And it started off where me and Morgan and Zach and Sonnet, we're just at the fountain, and Zach goes up with his little swaggy swag, and he touches the fountain. And I didn't want to get wet. I just have a thing.
You're very adamant about not being wet unless you are in a shower and you're trying to clean yourself.
I just don't like getting wet. And then I was like, no,
cat.
I'm not gonna go to the fountain. And then this little kid comes out of nowhere, and he's just like, what did he say?
He challenged you, basically, because we watched this kid run back from the fountain and thought, wow, look at that kid, he did great. And he could tell we were paying attention to him. And so he came up, and then he proceeded to make fun of you for not wanting to go.
He went, even I did it, and I was like, well.
He said, even I did it. No. And then
Sonnet did it, and then he was like, even a girl did it.
He said, a ghoul did it. A ghoul did it, and you didn't do it.
I'm not doing
He
it.
started just insulting you.
And then he was like, that's why you don't get any girls.
That's exactly what he said. And he was just berating you constantly. There were 4 people, all much taller than this kid, and he just targeted Evan. I don't know why, because you were the tallest person in the group. You were probably the most intimidating looking to this child. So he thought, there's a challenge. I'm going to make him feel terrible. And he destroyed your self-esteem. It was awesome.
And then basically I went and I touched the fountain. See, touching the fountain, everything went well, but
you like kind of walked up and you went boop, and then you ran out of there.
I didn't want to get wet.
The wimpiest
but
thing
it didn't
I've
appease
ever
this
seen.
kid. He didn't care.
I have not proven myself to the young male.
Then I ran up to touch the fountain, and I did. I kind of half walked up, and then I ran back. I did what you did, but only a little bit. And so I looked at him. I said, see, look, I touched the fountain, because I was trying to impress a child, because
that's what we do.
That's what we do. And he looked at me and he
just
said,
shook his head.
and I said, what did I do that you didn't do? And he said, I win. I win.
You just stood
and you
there.
Didn't win.
You just standing there and I win.
And then I came back and I said, see, I did it. And I was really proud of myself for doing it twice and running with this kid. And I went out to shake his hand and he said, I don't shake girls' hands.
I don't even know you.
He said, I don't even know you. And he puts his hand out to me.
I don't know.
Did you say I don't shake strangers' hands?
And I'm being so nice to him. I'm not insulting him, but he's just like, I don't know you. And then he proceeds to go on. He looks at my outfit, then he looks at his outfit to check and make sure, and then he says, I don't like people who wear green. I don't like green. But before that, he checks his own to be like, alright, what can I do to tell this girl that I don't want to touch her?
So
How
swag.
can I insult her?
Even after I'd gone, he just kept giving me the chicken wings.
The chicken wings, because you wouldn't go, and so he ran off. And then we thought we were done with this kid, and we all look over at him, and he's looking over at us going,
yeah, he like ran away and just started giving the chicken all the way across the fountain. He just wouldn't leave me alone. And then when we thought we were leaving, we went halfway around the fountain to leave.
He
just
ran
followed
after us.
And then
he ran after us to keep insulting you, and his hand motions were amazing.
He was doing this,
like,
he said, double loser. You are a double loser.
Square, and then you go, double loser. You're a double loser. And I thought I had somehow gotten on this kid's bad side, so I was talking to him, and I was like, all right, so, I mean, we ran together, we're fine, right? And he goes, you're cool, you're cool, you're cool, you're not, as he points to Evan.
He says, you are extra, extra, extra loser.
You're an extra, extra, extra loser. It was amazing. It
also,
was beautiful.
Something we forgot to mention, when you and him had that little race,
Yeah.
he yelled swag. As he was running, he went, swag! Just out of nowhere, just running.
We just bolted, and not a swag!
No, just swag! Just swag. This kid was the swaggiest kid we've ever met.
And then later, he talked to Zachary, and he said, hey, and he holds Zachary's arm. He says, tell him I think he's a loser. And then Zachary, I couldn't hear what the kid had told Zachary, so I said, Zachary, what do you say? Zachary doesn't look at me. He doesn't break. He just says, okay, to the kid. And he just beelines for Evan and says,
I tried to run
he
away.
wanted me to tell you that he thinks you're a loser.
It just didn't end.
We kept trying to leave, and this kid kept following us to smack talk Evan. He was so into it. And I
couldn't leave.
It was just really impressive.
And that's why I don't get the girls.
None of the women.
Because I'm an extra
Extra loser.
That's me.
So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, put a comment below.
I would never say that. Don't look at any of my other videos.
I'm the one who doesn't say that.
But check out Morgan's channel. She's lovely and from Seattle. So, I mean, America and stuff. If you want to see more of our adventures, I have a second channel and she's in a lot of daily vlogs. Otherwise, subscribe to Morgan. And I hope to see you guys sometime next week in California. Goodbye. Best friend.
I did not say best.
Oh.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
That's how it
Bringing
feels.
you down.
That was a good representation.
Oh no!
She gave me a place to live while I was here. So, what's going on over there?
She's thinking about gargoyles.
She's thinking about gargoyles.
She's thinking about gargoyles. He's a real gargoyle.
He's a real gargoyle.